Well, it's morning. I still need a sweater, but it's not as bad. Also, we have a chicken there meandering, meandering by herself. That's a chicken that just likes to be by herself. So, that's good. So, today I don't think there's any eggs in there right now because Tristan came back with a whack ton. It's like everyone waited till today, till the early this morning to lay them. So, I don't think we're going to find any eggs, but we're going to check anyway. But today I have to make butter because we're out again. If it seems like I make butter a lot, I do. I make butter all the time. Hi, ducks. Duck. Goat. There's a duck there laying in the grass. Ducks wandering past. Hi, sweetheart. But so I have to make butter today, and we have to do a little cleanup of the pen here because, hi, this is my bunny. Hi. Oh no. But we have to do a little cleanup of the pen because it's finally really dry. So we want to clean up the pile by the door, and we want to clean up this pile that actually the chickens have done a really good job taking that pile right down. So that'll be really good. Hi. Every once in a while there's chicken in here. Okay, that one chicken is not broody anymore, which is excellent. And because of the wonky, weird weather, everyone's kind of laying weird. Like, our spring, if you've been following along, our spring has been insane. It's like you'll get a hot day and then suddenly you get 2 feet of snow, and it's completely bizarre. So, because our spring has been so weird, everyone's laying is off a little bit. So, it's like the ducks, I think, first of all, there's a broody duck. Oops, banging things. But there's a broody duck. But outside of that duck being broody, I also think that pretty much they're not laying right now because it's, grouchy. Hi. So there's 3 ducks here, and there's 2 in the bush. There's 3 ducks behind me, and there's 2 in the bush down the path here. Look down the path, we got a couple of ducks, Dolly and one other. And the other one's under the barn. So I don't think really they're laying very much right now, mostly because the weather's been like bonkers. It's been horrific. One day you have a storm, the next day you have hot weather. Now it's not as nice as yesterday, and it's kind of gooey. It feels kind of gooey. It rained a little bit earlier, like first thing this morning it was raining, and it just feels gooey. The air feels gooey. I don't know. Oh, 3 eggs. All 3 hens are laying in this pen. That's pretty good. All 3 hens are laying in that pen. That's good because I want to hatch them. One of them is really warm, so clearly it was just laid. Are you guys taking a lay break? You are. Or did Tristan? I think Tristan brought them in. Anyway, we got some bunnies chilling here. So we got those 3 and then Trunk all just chilling, just kicking their feet up. And over here we have Falcon. And we have Bonnie. There's Zai. At the back is Zai. They're all just chilling, doing their bunny thing. But today I have to make butter. I have to get that cleaned up, that pen cleaned up a little bit. Not entirely, but a little bit would be good, even if I just took down one pile. So I'll probably grab a shovel and do that. And I have to candle eggs tonight because this is Monday. So the eggs I put in 10 days ago, I have to candle them and see if those eggs are any good. Hopefully they are, especially because I have 3 or 4 silky eggs because I was right at the beginning of they were going to start laying. 3 or 4 silky eggs, and I have a bunch of just regular eggs. Some of them are from my mom. My mom and my sister collected some eggs from their birds. They want to see how many hatch. So I have to candle those tonight. And I either have to clean out the hatcher either today or tomorrow, because ducks go into lockdown tomorrow. So it's a bit of a busy day. So that's what we're going to do. I think I'm just going to clean up a little bit of this pen right now. I think that's going to be the plan here. So I'll probably record some of that and then time lapse it, because you don't need to watch me scoop poop for that long. Turns out there's a chunk of ice under there still. That's always fun. There's a chunk of ice. So what can you do? Nothing. Can't really do anything about that. Wait for it to melt. Why is it not melted when we are, what's the date today? 21st? April 21st, I think. Why is it not melted? That's a good question. It's not melted because Mother Nature hates us, maybe? Ducks. So I've had people ask, how do you tell boy or girl? Curly tails. Curly tails. These two, their butts curl. Little curly tail feather. The other ones, they don't. So we have 2 boys, which is good. 2 boys, 4 girls. 4 girls who apparently, the turkey is way down there. Blue, where are you going, gentle giant? Don't get in trouble. They are all so far down there. So I don't know how far down you can see, but the turkey's down there, along with a bunch of the chickens. But we have chickens that live out there, because there's a little shed over there. And we have chickens that live over there. I see Mira. So I see the chickens from over here out there too. So 1, 2, 3, 5 ducks, a whole bunch of chickens, and a turkey. I really don't know if you can see the turkey, but he's down that path where the ducks are walking. He's towards the end of the path. I don't know how well he's showing up on camera, but he's there. So it's insanity, really. I don't know why he's all the way over there, but he is. Hopefully he stays in the woods. We don't want them going beyond the woods. First of all, that's a farmed field. That makes the guy who farms it quite a bit of money. And we don't really want them in there. I do want to put up a fence around this front acreage. Right? Like, we own some of the surrounding field as well. But I'd really like to put up a fence around the front acreage that we use. Just, just to do that. We might start, there's a corner there that we might put a post in and then just slowly start, because the idea is eventually Shadowfax is going to have this whole corner fenced. So, I wonder if you can you see him there coming down the path? I could see him with my naked eye. I don't know that if you can see. Just past where the ducks are, he's walking around, doing his turkey thing. He's a good turkey. Anyway, so we would like to fence this front acreage. Just, just to do it, really. So, we'll see. We'll see if we actually get to that. I don't know what those chickens are doing. They're doing something stupid. Yeah, oh well. We are just going to let them do that, something stupid. And, going to wait a couple of days for that ice to melt. Hopefully it doesn't get cold enough that the ice doesn't melt. I hate that there's still all that ice under there getting to the end of April, but let's face it, we've had snowstorms in May. So all we can do is hope that that doesn't happen. Anyway, I'm going to wander down this path. I think that is one of my roosters. I keep seeing something white, and I'm pretty sure that's my rooster. Oh yeah, it is. Come on, guys. The white thing moving around is actually one of my roosters. The turkey's way down there. Come on, guys. Hi, Blue. Yes. So I can hear Blue and see him. So that's good. He's looking fantastic. Everyone really is. They're just having fun in the woods. That's what we want. And we want to extend. So Shadowfax, the idea is he's going to have most of this corner. Like all the way out. All the way out there. So he's going to get this whole woody area. We're going to expand this chicken pen out this way. And we're going to bring it right to, there's this really old fence line. If we go down this path a little bit. So we've only lived here a couple years. This fence is obviously older than that. But this was a fence line, obviously. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the chicken pen out here to this fence line. And I think we're probably going to take, just so the chickens have somewhere safe, but I think we're probably going to take the chicken pen out to about here, right? This is our free-range chicken pen, this area. Now to about this post, kind of here. And so the idea is that this would all be chickens, and then we'll fence the rest of this following this fence line, which is where the chickens are hanging out right now. See, they're all hanging out over here. But follow this fence line out to here, and then that fence line is not the edge of our property. It's not the edge of the acreage. There's room for like a little path and like seating and all kinds of stuff that we want to do out there. So that's the plan, is to eventually bring all this around, right? Here's where everyone's hanging out. But that's the plan. We've only lived here a couple of years, so we'll see how that pans out. But that is the long-term plan. Hi, guys. So the other shed with the other chickens is that way. But these are some of them, and they're having a fine old time. So, yeah. That's the plan. So then Shadowfax would be able to come right up to here, right up to this fence line here. And he would get this whole area, and it would be quite excellent. That's the plan. So it's a long-term plan, obviously. And then the plan for this side is we're going to build the bunny pens. So let's go back this way. Hi, guys. But let's go back this way. So we are going to build, we're going to start with 8 by 16 feet and then expand. But the idea is then we're going to have a path here for us humans. And we are going to start right here, right in this area. We're going to start building those 8 by 16, an 8 by 16 bunny pen for the girls, right? So here, so basically this from here, 16 feet that way, we'll build a pen for the girls, and then we'll build another pen for the boys. It's the same size. And then the idea is build little like nurseries into them so that the mamas can have their babies in there. And then eventually the plan is to go this way, out there, and have basically a bunny paradise is the idea. So we'll see. Hi, bud. Chickens all followed me. So did the turkey. But that is the plan, is to pull that off. So I think that would work pretty well. And then we will have like the horse and the chickens that way. We want to put a duck house here. Like, not a fence. The ducks, the cayugas do not need a fence. The cayugas just do their duck thing, okay? So we're not particularly worried about them. Hi. But do a little pen for them, because the ducks make less of a mess if they can free range. So the idea is to have a little duck house for the ducks to sleep in that will close them in at night. And everyone's coming now. So we're going to do that there. And then somewhere, I'm not sure where, but somewhere we're going to do a turkey house. But not right now, because we don't have enough turkeys to worry about it. But yes, eventually Blue and his buddies are going to get a separate turkey house. That is the plan. So we'll see if we actually accomplish that plan. So it's not all going to happen this year. Right now for this month, April, we just want to get the stuff done over there. That's it. That's all I want to get done. So just the horse fencing. And then in May, I would like to get a bunny pen built. We'll see. We'll see how much we actually can accomplish. Right? So cross your fingers that something good happens here. That's the plan. Anyway, I should go inside and make some butter. I really should do that. Chickens. Chickens. Anyway, that's what we're doing right now. Is hanging out with the chickens, going inside making butter. You know, I'm getting distracted thinking about things because I am excited for the stuff we're going to build. And the idea is for the chickens, they'll have this whole area. And then if we need to leave them locked up, we can, because they'll have plenty of space. That's the plan anyway. Anyway, what we're going to do now is go inside and make butter. And Donald, back off. Anyway, we're going to go inside and make some butter, because that's really what I need to be doing right now, is make butter. Yeah, that's the plan. Go make butter. Well, time to make butter, because I need more butter. If it seems like I make butter a lot, I do. I make butter all the time. Like, it's insane how much I make butter. But we go through a lot of it. I use it for all my baking and my cooking, and I primarily use butter. Sometimes I'll use something else, like I'll use a specialty oil if I'm making something specific or something. But otherwise, yeah, I pretty much use only butter. So because I use only butter, we go through quite a bit. So, yeah. But I'm just using store-bought cream. You can use heavy cream or whipping cream. It doesn't really matter. It's literally almost the same thing. It doesn't matter. We're doing that. We're turning this on. It's going to run for about 20 minutes. I'm going to get Tristan up here to load the dishwasher. Well, we're doing that, and I'm probably not time-lapsing it this time. I'll probably time-lapse the next one, but frankly, I might make butter enough that I don't have to time-lapse every time. Basically, we're just going to let the mixer run until it turns into butter. It turns into butter and buttermilk. I'll come back and show you what that looks like after we're done. But for now, we're just going to skip the whole butter making process today, because we can always come back and do that a different day. And I do have videos on a playlist about making butter. So if you do want to learn to make butter, you can just check those out. Today, we're just going to skip it. Well, I literally just turned off the mixer. It always is quite drippy. So I'm just going to bring it closer to the camera so you can kind of see what it looks like. But after beating the heck out of it, it really is butter and milk. Okay, it separates into butter and milk. Butter and buttermilk specifically. So mine is cultured, meaning it'll be a little tartar, because I like to culture my cream first. I add cultures. You can add cultures before or after, it doesn't matter. But mine is typically cultured, and my other buttermilk in the fridge is cultured. It doesn't really matter. Like, you don't have to make it cultured. I'm just saying you could. Cultures are basically the same bacteria that's found in yogurt that makes yogurt. Is the same bacteria. I forgot to put a cheesecloth in. Oh, well. That is okay. We will let it drip drain, and then we will put a cheesecloth in after. That's because I'm, brain dead today. That's okay. We will worry about that after. We'll let it drip dry. I like to let it drip dry for a half hour. But cultures are basically bacteria. They're beneficial bacteria, basically the kind you find in yogurt, is a beneficial bacteria, and it's good for you. That is what you can use to make cultured butter. I have a whole video on cultured butter. You can buy the cultures in just little envelopes. You don't have to get fancy. So we're just going to let that drain for a bit. I won't record the rest of it because basically it's just me letting that drain, putting it in a cheesecloth, squeezing out the excess buttermilk. I wash it in cold water a couple of times just to get the excess buttermilk out of there. The more buttermilk you get out, the longer your butter will last. And then I package it up. That's not really that interesting. Constantly watching me push butter into butter molds, that's not that fun. So we are going to walk away, check on Lucky, check on those 3 baby bunnies, make sure there are still indeed 3. And then we'll probably end up back outside before we candle eggs. It's a bit of a day. I'm a little bit busy, so it's fun. And little Lucky is doing fantastic. He's very cute today. Growing up, looking good. Several days old now. Very, very curious. Really would like to know what on earth is going on with the camera. You're on camera, man. You're a YouTube star. That's what you are. But he's really quite perfect. He's doing really well. He's our little buddy. We do have to keep him company. Let's check on the baby bunnies. All right, time to check in on the little baby bunnies because we do need to check them. So today they're 6 days old. They are definitely growing. Look at this little one. Yeah, that's a blue-eyed white for sure. No markings that I can see. And a chubby tummy. And this one, also nice and chubby. And yes, Tequila, you have babies. I know. And that one is a broken blue. And again, we're checking for chubby tummies. So we don't want them to be looking skinny. Obviously, one's bigger than the others. Okay, they're looking good. Yes, Tequila. I know. Are they your babies? She gets a little bit possessive. She gets a little possessive of her babies. Even though they're not technically hers, she does get possessive because they're her little ones and she loves them. And Whiskey's coming over to check as well. Yeah, you're a good boy. Anyway, they are doing fantastic. I can't wait to watch them grow. They should be well on their way in another week or so. Maybe their eyes will even start to open. Well, hopefully anyway. I like this one. Anyway, let's keep moving on with our day. Well, it's evening. Everyone's doing pretty well. Vodka does not like where the ducks are. He's sending them home. He does not like them being that far away. He has a thing about the animals being that far. So that's what they do. That's what they do when their animals are getting a little bit too far. They run and get them. They're not hurting dogs, but they do their best. Crazy little goat. She's like, I can headbutt you through the fence, man. Hi, sweetie. She is a crazy little goat. Okay, come on then. In or out? Make a choice. Out? Okay. Hi. Shadow Fox. Hi. So Tristan did get Houdini and Mira's eggs earlier, so I don't think there'll be any for me to find, but it doesn't hurt to look. And really what I'm doing here is making sure that that chicken is not in the spot. That's good because I don't want that chicken to be broody anymore. Anyway, the other thing we still have to do tonight is to candle those eggs. Hi. Yeah, the other thing we have to do tonight is candling those eggs. And that's really important because we want to make sure that none of them go rotten in the incubator. And it's been about 10 days now. At the 10-day mark, you can totally tell. Arwen, get out of the way. But you can totally tell if there is any signs of life, and if, ow, goat bashing into me. And if there are no signs of life, then I can discard them. If there are signs of life, then they stay in the incubator for another couple weeks. Hi. Ducks. Yes, only 5 ducks. There were 6 ducks. Now there's only 5 ducks. Because the ducks are doing their thing. One of them is broody under the barn. Tequila's barking at whatever she sees. I don't even know what it is. But no, still no eggs from the quail. That's normal. That's normal. You guys, if you have any more eggs today, I will be shocked because I already got 3. And Rowan is throwing banana peels at the dogs. Not for any good reason, just because he can. The dogs think it's funny. So, there we go. Yeah, these guys don't have an egg. They're on strike. Rowan is getting murdered by dogs. It's fine. He's fine. He's fine. They're fine. He likes to play with the dogs, so they're doing really well. They're just playing. Anyway, it's a bit chaotic out here right now, but I am going inside to, I'm really not having too much in the way of dinner, I decided. I'm having some ice cream with some raspberries on top, because I have fresh raspberries in the house. Shoot, I might as well use them. In the meantime, let's go see if we can find Gwen. I want to see if she's still indeed pregnant. That's important to know. I want to know if there's any babies. That's my thing. Are there any babies? I want her babies. I love kittens. Kittens are my favorite thing, and there is a little bit of sadness knowing that this is going to be her last litter. Where is she? Gwen, honey. Gwen doll. That's Bowser. That's Wildfire. No Gwen. No Gwen. Where is she?
They ripped off my jacket.
Okay, don't let them take your jacket. Don't let them take your jacket.
It's okay.
That's Vodka going to make sure that we don't get invaded by cars. But I don't know where Gwen is. Oh, here she is. I'm an idiot. Here she is. Found her. Found her. Found Gwen. She's still pregnant. Are you still pregnant, doll? Yeah? Still pregnant, honey? Yeah, okay. That's my girl. She's still pregnant. Which is fine, but I want babies. I mean, I don't want her... I don't know what the dogs are doing. I don't want her to have babies sooner than she should. I mean, I'm not rushing her. But I really want to see babies. I really want to see them. There she goes, her very pregnant waddle. Jeez. It's a little awkward for her. So, but I want the babies. But yeah, so not doing too much for dinner. But I am, here's DK. I am going to have to candle those eggs still. That's the last thing we still have to do today. So we have to wait till it's dark because there's too much light in the house. And it doesn't hurt to wait till it's dark anyway. So I'll just wait till tonight. And then, yes, Arwen, Tristan's getting your hay. So I'll just wait till tonight. And then I will candle those eggs. That's my plan. Rowan lost his jacket to the dogs, so he's got to put it back on. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Come on, Tequila. I don't know where Vodka is. Vodka's, I don't know where he went. He's around. Anyway, I'm going to go in the house, have the ice cream with raspberries I talked about, and then as soon as the sun sets, we are going to candle those eggs. Hopefully, we have at least some fertility. All right, it's time to candle a few eggs. What do we need to pull this off? Well, you need your incubator full of eggs. I've unplugged it, brought it to the kitchen. You need a candler. This one's pretty strong. You need to be able to see inside the eggs. Some people like to use the flashlight on their camera. I prefer an actual egg candler because it's got a nice narrow tip. I can really see into the eggs well. Also, a little baggie. I use a poop bag to discard the eggs that are not fertile. I like to set that up. I'm setting it up behind the camera here. All right, now we have to turn the lights off. Okay, I have to turn the other light off too. There's too many lights on in this kitchen. There we go. Now I should be able to see. Okay, lights are off. Candler's on. Okay, nice and bright. I'm going to take the lid off the incubator. Remove that to over here. And I'm going to start by candling my sister's eggs. So I don't expect a ton of fertility. That is not fertile. It didn't even start developing. Okay? And that's because she doesn't have enough roosters for the hens. So we're just going to see. This one's developing. There we go. That little baby moving around. He's alive. They've been in the incubator 10 days. That one's alive. This one, again, this is developing. Okay. And then my eggs are that one's developing as well. These are all my sisters, these ones. Okay. So she's actually doing pretty well for not having enough roosters. I think most of the eggs my mom brought me, because my mom lives with my sister, she tried to get them from the hens that she kind of knew they'd like. Okay, that one is decent. Like, my mom pays more attention. This one started developing and died. You see that ring there? That's a blood ring. So that one was fertile. That one was fertilized. And this one's pretty good. So my mom did try to pick out the ones that she was pretty sure would develop. And these are mine. I only put 3 regular eggs in here. That one's alive. This one started developing and died. Okay, so that one didn't make it. These 3 eggs are Houdini's eggs. And this one is making it. Okay. Now I'm going to check the silky eggs. I don't actually expect much from the silky eggs. Because, oh, wait. That one's going. But that's a fairly young rooster in that coop. That one's going. Okay. Maybe he is doing his job. That one's going. And that one's going. You can see the veins. You can actually see the baby moving. Okay, he's in there. Okay. So that actually is not too bad, to be honest, because only one of my eggs didn't make it. It developed, but it died fairly early on. And of my sisters, one wasn't fertile and one died. So that's really not that bad. That's not that bad. So hopefully in a couple of weeks, we will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chicks for my sister and 6 chicks for myself. That's honestly not bad. So that looks pretty good. Remember, it's early in the season yet, and sometimes the early in the season eggs don't develop as well because you have to remember my hens are young, the hens I took these eggs from anyway. My hens are fairly young, and when they're that young, sometimes what happens is the first batch of eggs or two just doesn't really make it, or they don't really develop well. But these ones seem to be doing okay. And we got 2 of Houdini's eggs in there, and we have a whole bunch of my sisters. So that works out really well. Hopefully we'll all have some nice chicks. I think my sister's probably not going to want all of those chicks, so they might end up being permanent residents of Andersen Acres. We'll have to see. But everyone is looking good. The day's been long enough as it is. The sun has set. I definitely am done for the day. That was my last task. So I hope you enjoyed keeping up with us here today. It was a little bit busier than it had been on the weekend, but that's because I did nothing on the weekend. Did a little bit more today. So hopefully that ice pile melts and I can finish the task I started. Scooping up that manure, but there's a giant ice pile under there on April 21st because of course there is. Of course there is. It's Canada in April. It's a delight, really. I love it. Anyway, that is it for us here tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.